Blessed Homes Renovations LLC, very excited and thankful. God has just really pulled this together. This is our first segment of taking the mystery out of renovations. Here with my assistant, my administrative assistant, Megan, and just thankful, man, because we've been working on this, putting all this together today, getting the PowerPoints together, and this first segment of taking the mystery out of renovations, we're going to be covering the what?
We're going to be covering how to get pricing, also how to navigate HomeWise. So that's what we're really going to be going into today. And we're going to go through about 4 or 5 slides to where it will get you comfortable, hopefully at the end of it, whenever you start your own project, that you will have all the tools necessary to get the best pricing and to feel like you really are at the forefront of your project instead of trying to navigate it from somebody else's point of view.
And that's why we call this segment the rules and tools, the basics of learning the ins and outs of renovations mysteries. So jumping right into slide number 1, it's step 1. And if we look up at the top, we're going to go into the first slide, which tells basically what you're going to do when you start thinking about the project. First thing you need to know is what is the size of your project? And how we do that, as we get ready to go into, that's actually we got our logo up there, but this is the first step. You open up a Google page or your preferred search engine and you type in HomeWise. Not HomeWise, excuse me. You Google your address, the address of the project that you want to work on. Once you put that in, it'll give you several different options, but the one that we typically like to use is Zillow. Once you open up Zillow, it's going to give you a bunch of vital information you need to do a project. First, namely, it's going to give you the square footage of your house. It'll give you the room sizes and everything else that you need to know about your house. So, 2 things that we typically look at for specific reasons would be the square footage. We want to know what the square footage of the house is. That'll help us determine a lot of important factors to how much a project's going to cost. And then the other thing, we want to look at what the value of the house is, because that's going to tell us the location that you're in and the expectations of a project, that we're going to need to do X, Y, and Z to make that project come all the way together.
So the step 2, going to Zillow.com, pretty much like he was saying, putting in your home information, your home address or project address, and that way you can pull up and be able to write down your square footage, home value, because we'll be using that in the next couple of steps here. Going on to step 3, you're actually going to go to the homewise.com site. It'll be right up here on the screen. It is spelled a little bit differently. It is WYSE at the end of HomeWise. Now, from your mobile device, which is usually how we look at it, just because it's easier and we're usually on the go, it's really simple, because you would just put in your search engine, HomeWise, let's say cabinetry painting, or HomeWise flooring, and it'll pop up. However, there are other options. If you're using a laptop or a PC, there's a couple additional steps. If you're using a laptop or a PC, you want to, once you get into the HomeWise site, go down to the bottom, and you're going to go down to the installation estimates, and then it'll bring up all of the list, different categories, I would say, of like flooring, interior painting, exterior painting, and you can go through and pick what you need. So what you would do is you would type in the desired project name, your zip code, your square foot or linear foot, or even your quantity, depending on what project you're working on at the time.
Definitely.
And then we are going to move down here to step 4. Now, whenever you pull this up, and you can see it here on the slide, I know it might be a little bit little, but I'm going to go over it. It's going over the different options. So let's say you pulled up, I think on this one, it's for hardwood floors.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to give you all the different options. So flooring cost, labor cost. We're going to look at supplies, equipment allowance. You also have options like removing the flooring, disposal of the flooring. It gives you a low and a high price. And then at the bottom there, it gives you the totals. So you can go in and find out where your sweet spot is. Where is your price point that you want to stay at? And you'll know once you talk to someone about getting your project done, okay, is this what I've seen. Is this a lot lower than what I've seen? Are they a lot higher than what I've seen? Because I know now what the averages are. So it's not going to be just you taking your word from some or taking their word for something else.
Yeah, and one of the things that I really like about HomeWise is it kind of gives you a segue to, as a contractor, say, well, let's look at this job. Let's look and see how we can meet people in the middle. And, as Megan knows how my system goes, we'll take the high and the low and we'll simply add them together and multiply, meaning divide it by two,
Mm-hmm.
which will give you the medium price, the mid-range price. And that's how it helps us to know how we're going to meet what things we need on our side and to make sure that we get the quality work because we only want to bring in quality workers to do our work and to those projects because that's one of the things that we run across a lot. People experience contractors that come in and they give them these prices and then they disappear during the project or like they come with stuff that they wasn't prepared for and at the end slap them with well, here's 10 extra thousand that you wasn't had planning in your budget. And our, aspect is we want you to be educated. We want you to come into a project fully in the know of like, okay, I know what this should cost. I know how long it should take, and so on. All these other factors that I know as a homeowner, you're sitting and saying, or even a business owner that needs to get renovations done, and you're like, well, how much is this going to cost? That's our, mission moving forward is to take that mystery out of it and just strip it down to, I need this done, I can afford this, and let's get it done type of mindset as you get ready to transition it to each idea project that you want to take on.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And plus, you can have, information to ask those hard questions if you need to. Let's say on here, if you see that the high price for getting your floor installed is, well, for this specific square feet, I should say, is $1,402, right?
Yeah.
And they quote you $3,500 for the exact same thing. You can ask them, okay, well, I've done my research and I see that most people are below that price. Can you explain to me what I'm getting extra for this?
Yeah.
They're not going to automatically give that information up front most of the time. So it'll also help you get more involved into your project.
Definitely.
And then here on the last slide up here at the top, you'll see that in conclusion, our purpose is to equip you with reliable tools such as HomeWise that will help you gain the knowledge and understanding for each idea you envision making a reality. So here at L.L.C Homes Renovations, we really want to put you in the driver's seat. That's the whole purpose. We want to give you all the knowledge available for each project so that we can help you take the mystery out of renovations. And hopefully with our help and these segments, we're going to be doing a couple of these, kind of just going through different ways that you can really be on the forefront of your own project and that you're not just depending on somebody else to give you all of the information because knowledge is everything. And we really feel like the more that you know, the better equipped you'll be for any aspect in life, not only in renovations, but for anything.
Definitely. I mean, like, moving forward, I'm always looking to how can we add value to people? How can we help them to do things better, be more efficient? Time is one thing we don't get back, and we want to value your time. We want to value where you're at in life and meet you there and help you to get done what you need to get done to secure your home, secure your properties and make sure that you're getting, a valuable team to come in and that knows how to treat you with respect, that knows how to stay in communication with, hey, this is what's going on, here's some changes that we came by. We don't want to leave you in the dark about anything. As a man of God and a father and just so many other different roles that I fit in, one of the things I always want to do is leave an impression that this person cared about me, this person helped me. And that's the same image I have for my company is, I hired Megan because the work ethic, the type of personality she had, let's go get it, let's go figure out how to make this work. As we move forward into this mission, we'll be going and unpacking a lot more like in-depth information, but we wanted to start this one so that as we go into future videos and segments that we do, that you can follow along and, critique and look and say, okay, I see this, I see the connection and so on and so forth. And on that, we're helping you have a working knowledge whether you decide to work with our company or you decide to go with someone else. We still want you to be prepared and equipped with the right information so that you go into those projects. So we look forward to continuing on into this mission, and I really just see great things coming out of this. So thank you for your time. We thank you for all of our community at Blessed Homes Renovations on our Facebook page and every other platform. We're going to continue to get better in every season, and we want you to get better with us. Y'all be blessed.